What's up, you guys? We are going to be talking about what do you do? How do you get disconnected from your friends that you used to get high with? We have all been there where we have held on to those old people, places, and things. And what did it do? It led us right back down the road of addiction. So we're going to talk about how to get disconnected from those people. What happens if we don't get disconnected from those people? Why would we want to stay connected to those people? And then Friday night, we'll do our live stream and you guys can come up and share y'all stories. Okay? All right. So let's get into it. Also, I want to welcome Joyce. I want to welcome Allison. I want to welcome Jillian. I want to welcome all of you guys that have joined in the last 30 days. Pat's back. I mean, all of you guys. I love you guys so freaking much, and I appreciate you guys investing in me and believing in me and loving me and just loving the support that we have here on Patreon, because let's fucking face it. We got a fucking badass group of people on this Patreon right now, and I'm so fucking proud of you guys. Y'all are so supportive of each other, and that's what this thing is all about. Okay? Supporting each other, loving each other, even like when we don't love ourselves. That's so freaking important. So you guys are showing up and showing out. Thank you to all of you guys who are so active in the Telegram chat and supporting the newcomers as they come in. It means a lot to me. Sherry, Pixie, Allison, Allie, Megan, Robert. All of you guys are doing a really good job of welcoming all the newcomers. Kimmy, and please don't get offended if I don't say your name. I'm just saying, like, I want all of you guys to know that I appreciate y'all, because that Telegram chat is an integral part of the support that we have in Patreon, and you guys are what makes that. So thank you. Thank you for helping me. Okay, so let's get into it. I was a glutton for punishment, and I'm going to lay down and talk to you guys while I sit here and tell a story with my little pockety knockety. So, say hi, my little co-host. Okay, so I used to be a glutton for punishment whenever I was trying to get sober. I couldn't help it, you guys. I could not let go of my old friends, and it was because I always struggled so much with insecurities. So when I finally found friends that I trusted and people that I liked having around me, like, even though they were drug addicts and they were using drugs and stuff, and most likely they were just there because I had drugs, I still really struggled to let go of those relationships. And I tried to get sober many, many, many times and keep my friendships, keep the people in my life who were still using drugs and alcohol. And I can tell you with 100% confidence that every single time I did that, I never was able to stay sober more than a couple months, not even 3 months. Okay. I would always end up being around people that were using the substances when I was trying to stay sober. I would always end up being triggered, or somebody would bring drugs and then I would want to use drugs with them. What, baby?
It looks like it did something.
It did something? Okay. And so I kept trying to hang on. Let me tell you about a particular story that happened. Okay, so yeah, this isn't letting me do anything, Nate.
Like, boom.
I can't even get past it, so I'm not sure what this means. See?
This is ass.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Let that do that. So I was trying to hang on to this one particular friend, and it was Tara. Me and Tara had lived together for like 2 or 3 years while I was in active addiction. I had moved to Little Rock from Hot Springs after I got out of prison. And I kept on trying to get sober and remain living with Tara. And Tara was a hardcore crack smoker. Okay? So I would get sober, I would be going to work, I would be working my full-time job, and Tara would be smoking crack-a-lacka all night long. Can you imagine how hard it was? I would come home from work and she would be smoking. She would smoke all into the wee hours of the night. And then I would have to wake up because at my job, I was working at Kroger, and I was working the 2 a.m. to 11 in the morning shift. So crack smoking hours. So it was so challenging for me to try to stay sober. I couldn't hack it. I ended up relapsing every single time. I'm watching the Anna Nicole Smith documentary on Netflix. Y'all gotta watch it. So that was like a complete and utter wash, right? And that was one of the more like, duh, Nicole, that's not going to work out. Now, let me share with you guys a couple of instances where it wasn't as severe, like as us living together, but it was still challenging. So when I worked for Kroger, I worked as the deli assistant manager. And at my job, I had 2 employees that worked for me who both took Xanax bars. Okay? One was a drug addict, one was not. One day, we're at work. I had like a couple months sober. I was living in sober living, and I was making a cheese platter. Well, this girl came over that had the Xanax, and she was a drug addict, and she dumped out her purse, and 2 yellow school bus Xanax bars came onto the silver counter because it was like a stainless steel counter. I had a panic attack. I had to leave work that day because I was so triggered when I saw those Xanax bars. And I relapsed a couple days later. There's an old saying they say that when you go to the barbershop, if you keep going to the barbershop, you'll end up getting a haircut. It's the same thing for drugs and alcohol. If you keep hanging out with people who are doing drugs and alcohol, eventually you're going to start doing drugs and alcohol. Now, are there exceptions to the rule? Sorry, I'm sweaty. Sure, there's always exceptions to the rules, but you guys, are you going to test it to see if you can be that exception? Are you going to try your luck to see if you can get by? It's not a smart idea. It's not a thing that you want to do. Okay? I made a video today about what are you doing to stay sober? What are you doing? What is your process? Because if you think that you're going to stay sober through osmosis, you're sadly mistaken. What's osmosis? Oh, my best friend Jan over here, she's sober, so it's going to rub off on me. Sobriety takes hard work and dedication. Compromise, focus. It takes taking suggestions. It takes being disappointed sometimes. It takes doing things that are uncomfortable to you. Okay, let's say you like going and driving your car everywhere you go. Well, your car breaks down, but you're supposed to go to this one meeting every Monday. Asking somebody for a ride, something you don't like doing, but you need to do it. Walking there, something you don't like doing, but you need to do it. You know, like saving your money instead of spending it frivolously, you know, that's another sacrifice. Asking somebody who's been sober longer than you to help guide you on your journey. That's something that is really, really important. And that's what I hope to convey to you guys whenever I make these videos and we do our live streams on Fridays. I want you guys to know that I'm only trying to share with you guys what I've done and what I've learned. I'm not ever going to do anything or tell you to do something that I haven't done my damn self. Ever. You won't ever catch me telling you to go fucking run a marathon. Because bitch, does I look like I ran a marathon? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to share with you guys things that I know that I'm capable of doing and that I have done and that I would be willing to do. And most of the time, I won't tell you anything I haven't done myself. Unless it's like something really, really good that I think would be a great suggestion and I just haven't done it yet because I hadn't got the chance or something, you know? But everything that I suggest to you is things that I've already done. Now, back to the disconnecting from the friends that use drugs. So like I was saying, a lot of times we have a misconception in our minds. We think that our drug friends are our friends that care about us. And I want to share something with you guys. And like I said, there's always exceptions to this rule. When I went to prison in 2009, I had hundreds of friends in my active addiction. Hundreds. Okay? I could call somebody and I could have me a bed to sleep in every single night. Okay? When I went to prison, there was only 4 people who visited me in prison. That was my mother and father and my 2 sisters. And there was only one person, besides my mom, who wrote me. And that was my friend Scott. Scott and I met in treatment. He was a gay guy that I met in treatment back in 2005. And we became bosom buddies through our addictions. Because we both relapsed together. And we both would go back and forth getting sober together. Out of all the drug friends that I had in all the years that I used drugs, only one person held me down while I was in prison. Okay? Most people that hang out with us when we're using substances are people who are riding the wave. Okay? They are around us because we have something that can benefit them. Whether that mean our home, our car to give rides, the drugs that we have, the hookups, the connections to drugs that we have, whatever it might be. They are situational friends. They're only there because we got a good situation going on. When the situation loosens up and we ain't got it no more, they dip and dodge on us. And so that's why you see so many people when they talk about their experience going to jail, prison, treatment, and they talk about how they had all these friends, but then when they went down, nobody was there. That's why. Friends that they are not friends with benefits. They're friends who want the benefits of what you got going on. And so when we get sober, we have to find true friendships. Friendships that are not just there for the good, but are there for the bad also. And who support us no matter what. And it's hard to find good friends like that. It's hard to find people that actually truly care about our well-being and us doing well. You know what I mean? When I disconnected from my friends, I felt so lonely. I isolated for the first 2 years I was sober. And then I started making content in the latter part of 2017. And that's what opened me up to connecting with other human beings. If I hadn't started on social media, I don't know if I would be sober today. Because it helped me so much. It helped me to stay in my little bubble in my home, but also have human interaction with other people in recovery. You know? And I'm so glad that I did it. Even though I had some hard experiences at the beginning, with judgment and stuff like that, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I was talking to a girl, she's like 35 days sober. Her name's Sabrina. She's on TikTok. And she was talking about how she's really struggling because she's just all locked up in her house all alone. And I explained to her, I said, baby girl, I know how you feel. Recovery, it's tough at the beginning especially, and it takes hard work, dedication, sacrifice. Compromise. And I told her, you need to find a group. You need to find a support group with like-minded individuals. And I sent her links to young people's groups and everything in her area. But she was talking about isolating and how she was only staying home because she was afraid to leave, go out and about. Oh my God, I could not relate more. I know exactly what she means. I felt the same way in early recovery. I was so afraid to walk out in them streets. I thought fucking drugs were just going to jump in my veins on their own. But they're not. I have the power today to choose. And so do you. I know it's tough at the beginning. I know it's triggering and it can be tough, right? But you don't have to get high no matter what. You can choose to stay sober. I want every single one of you guys to realize that you have the power. You have the power. You choose what goes into your body. Meth doesn't have the power anymore. Alcohol doesn't have the power anymore. Crack don't have the power anymore. Cocaine, fuck you. Fentanyl, take a hike. All the drugs, alcohol, whatever your vice was, no longer has the power over you. You choose what you do. And when you realize that and you can fucking hone into your powers, sky's the limit, baby. Those triggers do not have power over you, okay? You choose what you want to do today. And when I tell you guys, when I overcame my trigger to those damn syringes, and now we got 100 count syringes in our house, that's when I learned that our minds are so powerful and that we can overcome any obstacle in our life. Any obstacle. All those friends that are trying to hold you down, people that try to guilt trip you into hanging out with them, let them change their lives. Let them put in the work that you're putting in, and then they'll realize why you're not willing to go around and flippity-flop all around with them because you're actually trying to grow and learn and recover. So disconnect yourself from those people. Start surrounding yourself with winners. Because if you want to be a winner, you got to hang with winners. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hang out with people who want to be sober, who want to do the right thing, who want to help others. And that's what's helping me stay on the right path. And I believe that's what's helping you guys too. So if you guys want to get down when you get down with me on Friday, it'll be at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time in the live Facebook group, you and me. I would love for every single one of you guys to jump on live with me. I'll put a link in the live for you to come on video with me and share about your friends who you used to get high with and your experience disconnecting from those people or your struggles trying to get disconnected from those people. Okay? Okay. I love you guys and I hope you enjoyed this video.